was always my intent for that. So I said, yeah, they're here, but they're making links, and they're still making links back home. So I could hop on that, you know. So this was also real practical, real world skills, and also for me knowing that a lot of Jamaicans, people of Jamaican Caribbean descent, in the UK and America and Canada, a lot of us have inheritance property and everything in the Caribbean that we've left, and we don't even go and take up, and it's valuable.
But see, the only thing with that, speaking to a lot of people, sometimes they feel like it's not worth the aggro, because you don't know what. I'm not saying it, but you know, like, because if someone's in the yard, it's. But other family members might be
it has that reputation, but this is where you have to know Jamaica. So rather than you just go in and tell, but you want your inheritance, start going home on a regular basis. Start going home on a regular basis. And after a few, even now, my uncles, I said, boy, come back on a regular.
You got to make your presence felt.
So they said, next time you come down, we're going to meet with your uncles, and we're going to see if we can just get a piece. But if you don't start, you have to rebuild that relationship, so that becomes a reality, and you can see how the people live and this and that. And the thing is, in Jamaica, if you're in England and you have the title and you're paying the taxes, it's your land. Who pays the taxes and has the title? It's their land. So
if they're in Jamaica paying the taxes, then technically it's theirs.
If you let them do that. But if the will was that part of it is yours, it's still yours. But if you don't, a lot of us leave, and you don't realize Jamaican property is very valuable. I mean, I got thousands off it when we sold my mother's house. But people think something like it's dibby money down there. It's not the case. It's not the case. But just saying that, I always thought, if Muslims here in the UK of Caribbean descent, if everyone got their little pieces, even sold it and put it together, you could buy a big piece of property and let it make money within the Jamaican context. So you don't have to put a place on it, put some goats, some sheep, some cows, and then you got something working within it. But it doesn't seem like people have that desire or wherewithal to do that. So that was part of the reason for me coming here, to also look, because that is actually a real reality.
Well, you see, that's an interesting idea, and I've not heard people talk about Jamaica like that, in the sense of, right, okay, let's have a collective effort, let's see who's got peace, let's see if we can bring them all together, let's see if we can do something that is like across a number of hands, as opposed to people working on their individual. So but I've not heard that. I've not heard people talk like that before.
But I think that's the problem with everything, though, because even like community based, I think everyone's on their own thing. Like, so no one's not thinking about, like, you're part of a community, but are you really part of a community? Do you understand what I mean? Because it is like you got to be thinking, okay, what is going to enhance the community? What can we be getting? You understand what I mean? Everyone's just more on their own agenda, and that's the problem. Where I feel like everything, but to be honest with you, it's something that you learn as you get older. But for me, I'm starting to be aware now that there has to be more collectives going on. Things have to be getting done collectively. But it's not going to, for long-term success and long-term stability for the generation to come, there has to be things we've got to be done collectively.
It has to be, innit, really, but I think it is difficult out though, isn't it? In some sense.
It's harder when it's not done collectively.
It's harder. I mean, my house that I have in Jamaica, we have it with my family, and they're in America and Canada. Okay? So what we've done, we've built a house together. Most of us are over here, but now we all have a free house to go to whenever we want. You understand? With all the modern amenities and everything. So when we drop down, we're rolling up, and it's and it's there. And what I call it now is the landing spot. So should I ever want to return to Jamaica, I have somewhere to land that's suitable for me to get customized to Jamaica. A lot of people make the mistake. You can't just drop down. I'm here. It's not. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the same way in Africa too. It's best to see what life is on the ground.
People get used to you.
Get used to you. Don't make no deals too early.
It's like when people see you regular, feel like, okay, now we can talk.
Yeah, and you can also pick up the sense from the nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Familiarize yourself with the
you know. But to me, what we have here in regards to the Dean, and like you said, that movement from West Africa to Sudan with the knowledge coming back in contact, that needs to go into the Caribbean with the tasawwuf that we have in a sober manner, because the Americans are there. They want something like that. Jamaica is very open, very easy, and accessible. So there is, and now that they're deliberately trying more to connect West Africa, because people coming to the Americas from Africa, they can't go through America, they can't go through Britain, but Jamaicans don't mind if they come straight to Jamaica.
When you say connect West Africa, you mean the countries connecting together there?
Business, spiritual and cultural.
With Jamaica or
with the whole Caribbean. With the whole Caribbean.
Makes sense.
There's no direct flights beginning from Barbados to Nigeria, and they're planning other things from Ghana to the Caribbean. Because South Africa may have money, but he can't get the visa. But he can.
Can you go direct from Jamaica?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, yeah.
This is what people don't realize.
So what they have to do, they have to go to America, then America first.
And you gotta get a visa and stuff
Oh,
like that. You understand?
That's
And the thing is, what people have to also realize, this is what some don't realize, Jamaicans are North Americans.
They are.
We are.
What do you mean in the sense of
that
we come on the same boat and got separated, like
location.
Culturally, our lifestyles, the way we look at the world.
Cool.
You understand? We may be just a bit of a more country bumpkin, more.
No, you're right still, because even when we went Jamaican, I let all them when I'm getting all them Cheetos or something, that's all American stuff. Man's thinking it's Jamaican, it's American.
It's a very American. You're in the Americans.
You know what someone said to me as well? Well, not even, there's a documentary I watched years ago. I don't know how true it is, but obviously Jamaica is in debt to America.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
But this, I don't know if it's still the case now, but you see all the hotels and stuff like that, all their products have to be imported from America.
Yeah.
Have to be, like meat, everything, like has to be.
Yeah.
Madness. So when man's going yard,
Getting
you're
comfortable.
getting authentic.
Remember in 2012, 2015, Jamaica economy collapsed.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. It absolutely categorized. They were spending 147% above their GDP. It absolutely collapsed. Jamaica is the darling of the Caribbean for economics and everything now. The economy is up and up, the infrastructure is good. This is after they broke everything and sold off everything. They got us. Jamaica's the model for the IMF economic, but Jamaica it was broken. They said it was nowhere for Jamaica to go. It was rock bottom, but they took us there. We got a beating for it. So Jamaica is firmly within just look at what happened. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State for Donald Trump, one of his first foreign trips, where did he go? Jamaica. The first foreign trip, Jamaica has become a key point, and they found gold in Jamaica.
They found oil as well, innit?
Oil in Jamaica. Silver in Jamaica.
British companies going out there.
So who's going to benefit from that though?
They've got British companies going. Obviously they give the Jamaican government some money, don't they?
But the thing is, I'm just saying Jamaica is firmly within that Western model. So now I just read the newspaper saying everybody's getting citizens to Jamaica. Arabs, this, that, Myanmar. They're all coming. They have boats of Indian people washing up in Jamaica.
I know the Chinaman them's flooded in there for the longest.
They've been there, but Jamaica is a place because the Cubans are there. The Cubans want to get a Jamaican passport. Then boats of Cubans washing up now. They said, no, but America closing out, so.
Jamaica, that's when you know you're on the ride. When you got immigration, you know, so your things popping.
But also the demographics of Jamaica has collapsed. Most of us have left. And are still leaving. So in the next 40 years, it won't be much. It becomes South America. That is also a trend.
Very true.
And Jamaicans are not making a lot of babies like they used to. Contrary to popular belief, they are not.
Yeah, that era's done.
That's over. That's over. Even you meet a woman, she's got one baby, she doesn't get no more. You know, but just say Jamaica is in the North American sphere. Jamaica is North American.
So that's quite important to take on board then. So if Jamaica is North America and it is now the sort of like the darling of the West.
Yes.
So the heart, that kind of like, that militant heart has been sucked out of it, yeah? And the debt has been used to crush any sort of like independence of thinking with regards to the economy.
Opposition has been subdued.
But that was, but the
thing is, the Jamaican population at the moment, we're so foreign-minded that we're in a Britain, America, and everything. That's fine with us because us over here have a major play on what's happening because we want the place subdued because we want to come home and relax.
Well, let me give you a joke. Cause you see my thing is now. You see the way, like for me, for the first time this year, I've actually felt like I'm open to living somewhere else. So when I speak to people, I speak to a couple of my friends them the other day. And I said, like, well, where would you live? You know, no one said Jamaica. Everyone said they want to live in Jamaica.
Yeah, well, sure.
Everyone said, not Jamaica. Even certain man's chest was higher, saying, the infrastructure, the ambulance thing. I'm hearing about man's in ambulance and it's one night picturing them something there. And I'm thinking, your chest is high, boy. You've been in West too long, bruv. You understand what I mean? But a lot of people, when they think about living somewhere apart from here, people of Jamaican heritage descent are not saying they want to go back to Jamaica.
They're properly brainwashed. They're properly, and the plane full of Germans, everybody you could think of is going there to live.
And I will say this, and I had to say this the other day, what people don't realise is that those Caribbean islands are so beautiful. They are so lush. The landscape, the hills, the gullies, the rivers, the waterfalls, the coastline, they are a gift. Every one of them is a gift. So we got shipped, but where we got shipped to is far more beautiful than where we were shipped from. Africa has everything, but those islands in the Caribbean, they are lush. They're lush.
And we now have ownership, and we're about to give it up. Because we don't see the beauty, like you said, we don't see it.
We don't see it. But then there's a practicality. So let's say that many of us who are here have been frightened off, not because we're afraid, but we've done arms house, brother. We've done arms house. You don't want to think about going.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I always think, like if I go there, the first thing I need to do is get my license.
You see,
the first thing I need to do is get my license.
You have to be on that level.
But that shouldn't be your first thought.
But you see what's happening now. They might take it to them. The police is finally fully financed, tooled up. When I was down there, they created this squad on motorbikes called Ants. All that carjacking done, because before you know it's Ants coming out. It's the murder rate has dropped to record level. Record level.
And you know the thing is, because I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, boy, they need to start deal with the lock up the man. Beautiful, but really that's what they need to do.
Because enough people go there, like they're thinking in their yard, just bought a yard, and you're thinking gunman can come in and you know.
The Prime Minister said the other day, he said, listen, everybody that's out there that's thinking they're gonna try badness right now, you have two choices. Should you do something wrong, either before the judge or your maker. It's just that simple. Because remember, the whole South America's changed. They're making prison populations. They're like, this is done. We cannot, because the only thing that's stopping economic growth is that stuff.
That's all
But
it
look
is.
what happened.
Because
What happened with sample the other day? Some guy he was Jamaican, but he came home when he was 5. You know, but then he got dipped. No, was it 5, 7 or something?
Yeah.
But he got dipped back not too long ago. But he got caught up in some arms out there.
Yeah.
And the police, you remember this? They sent him a message. You know, you remember this arms message? Listen, just give yourself up, or if we catch you before you give yourself up, we're gonna.
Yeah.
A couple of days later, he was dead.
Yeah, they make it very plain now, and the population is behind it because people want to get on with it now. And the Jamaicans outside Jamaica, we want to go collect our inheritance, and we want to relax ourselves. So they're saying, and we give over $2 billion a year.
Money,
What do you mean?
It's an income stream.
Sending money back, basically.
We send money. We send over $2 billion
Back to Jamaica
a year.
But not only that, if you look at it like from this aspect, look how much people over here are like money's like Jamaica. Money could be running in Jamaica.
100%.
People
100%.
going back, even people can't go back with things that they learn from over here and
skilled people
So,
going back there, innit?
do you know what I mean?
Services.
But it's just that element that stops people from going back. So like
The element that they created, though, innit? At the same time, innit?
well, no, it's our culture, innit? Like really,
So it's been our culture in the last few decades since the 70s.
Since I think since the political warfare, and then since let's say the 80s, 90s, the drug era, from the CRACK era, the fall from that. It's just been madness.
And we've done it better than everybody. It's just wild.
Wild.
But now we have to get on the other side of it, and this is what's
100%.
being done at the moment. Now, since Marco Rubio hit Jamaica, he said, "Listen, we're going to give you everything you need to stop this now." Because Jamaican government said, "Listen, the problem in Jamaica is America's problem because everything is going into your country and the guns are all coming here." So they've tooled up now the Jamaican immigration customs. They just found a whole industrial water heater for 250 weapons, 50,000 bullets, and they're finding all of that now coming in. They said this is coming off now, and that's where they're
Coming from America into Jamaica.
to Jamaica.
That's always been.
So we think that it's our culture. You understand? But something's been dumped on us, and we know that in the 70s, all the old weapons from Vietnam were dumped in Jamaica. So it's one thing to say we are what's what they call that? We have a propensity towards that. But if somebody enables you,
No. I don't think that's what I don't think that's not our natural culture, but it's what's been embedded into our culture, and it's normal. It's been normalized.
It's the same thing what we say was brought into like in the London culture. You know, the dysfunctional. It's on the larger scale. The same kind of blueprint, isn't it?
When the children of the next generation, children of the Caribbean, they have to push from the top. What's that?
even now in St. Thomas in Jamaica, they just built a whole new town next to the old town with brand new courts, universities, shops, shopping mall, everything. Why? Because
they're shipping new people in.
They want us to come home, and they know we're not coming home with that old infrastructure and all those type of things. And the new town has a security gate, so gated communities. Well, if people could move to South Africa, Jamaica is nothing. So.
Trust me.
South Africa is mad.
Madness. South Africa. I'm not even interested in going.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not interested in South Africa. I don't know how you guys done it.
I don't even, because to me, because we're from a place where anything can happen at any time. So I'd just rather stay away from there.
People go to live in South
I heard
Africa.
it's beautiful. I heard it's beautiful over there.
And they could live a really nice life.
But I can live without it. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying the infrastructure is now.
Of course, yeah.
All the towns in Jamaica are going to have a new town built beside them, and they've just finished one, and they moved on to the next one in Portland.
So who's covering all the expenses for this? This comes from America.
This
comes
is
from
what I'm
America.
thinking now, because obviously
China, man. That's what I was thinking.
When they built that first town, Morant Bay, the oil well they found is called Morant something, off of the place.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
The part where they built that first new town,
It's by oil well.
the oil well is in the sea.
And who is that? Who controls that British oil well? Who's?
They've given it the contract to a British company, United Oil. So like you're saying, I've researched that. Why are they doing this now? They see something coming. Okay? They see something coming, and if for the people that are going to be needed for those industry, they don't want that old town no more. Because they're putting a passport office, a tax office, everything, a university, the whole thing.
Brother, stop. Brother. So you see what they're doing,
So,
innit?
yeah, but
So
the problem is-
we're
And it's a
scattering,
brand new
but
motorway.
But
we're
also,
scattering.
yeah, but is Jamaica going to see the benefits of that?
Jamaica ain't going anywhere, is it? So
but
essentially,
okay,
what they're
yeah.
saying, what I think, if I'm reading this right, what's happening? We're scattering.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, we're shook to go back.
Yep.
Infrastructure's being built. Corporations are coming in, and they've got operations now where they can make money, and essentially they're preparing for a complete demographic change, for a different kind of people to come into these new towns. That seems to be what you're saying.
And I'm really not even thinking. I'm thinking I don't want to bring my youth in the yard. Really, but really.
Do you know what South Florida is to the Caribbean and South America?
No.
It's called the capital of the Caribbean and South America.
Okay.
Everybody from Caribbean and South America
everyone's there.
is in South Florida.
Yeah.
If you
That's
when you
the
want
main
to
struggle,
build your house in Jamaica, where do you go buy your furniture? South Florida.
But then Granny was at South Florida for a while, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's connected to the whole thing. It's a natural. I'm saying the place is being primed.
Yeah.
There's motorways going north, south, east, west. So now the people. Remember, Jamaica's almost 3 million people. Half of that people live in Kingston. They're now dissipating it, so you don't have to come town for your passport, your this and that anymore. And so you can stay in your countryside. You don't have to come. You don't have to deal with it. And they're making new neighborhoods out these places, just dissipating that energy. You know, it's a very. And I'm not saying, and the Jamaican government, after the crash in 2014, what they also did, they were pushed to do by the IMF. They had to make a governing board of Jamaica, of the Jamaican government, the private sector. So also, Jamaicans are not socialists or communists, but they are socially aware. They don't mind if you make your money, but please fix the road.
Yeah, of course.
Fix the hospital.
Yeah.
You could have 10, 100 houses.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
Yeah, because it's more worse if you're getting all this money but you're not even making nothing good, or you're not even.
So
making it
Jamaicans
bearable.
are known
Yeah.
for a long time. They're socially aware like that. And if you live on an island, you realize you can't have top heavy. The place will blow up.
Yeah. Eat too much fish.
Exactly. So I'm saying so. And at the moment, the Muslims in Jamaica, the communities are actually mushrooming. People are becoming Muslim. You got communities springing up all over the place.
Yeah.
At the moment, and the Arabs are moving in.
And you've got Lebanese all about the place as well.
They just gave some people from the UEA Jamaican citizenship. It's a soft target.
You see this now. You see what you'll see. You see what's going on in it. Like, as you said from the get-go, they're going to change the demographic. So, out of many, one people,
It's already.
we ain't even seen that yet.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't actually seen it yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it our whole life, but you know, give it a couple more decades.
And we are afraid. We're scared stiff. You know, because some of these things, I've been tried in West Africa and this and that, but the finance minister of Jamaica, he just quit his job, Guy Clark, and he took up a deputy position at the IMF. Because he's done so well, he slashed the budget. Jamaica now has a $2 billion surplus, everything, because they've managed it. Jamaica is a spot for Ghanaian and Indian, West African nurses and doctors. They make good money. Because Marco Rubio was saying the Cubans are being mistreated because Castro is renting them out to the Caribbean islands. But he said, but not Jamaica. Jamaica's paying them nicely for the services. My taxi driver in Jamaica was a Cuban. He said he's looking forward to getting Jamaican citizenship.
So he said they got Cuban guy in Jamaica.
And his family did tell him he has family in Jamaica. But if you watch the oil maneuvers and everything, and the Muslim infrastructure, I met a Muslim family when I was there last in November. He said his family moved to Florida. And they said they found it oppressive. They moved back. So it's not like, and a lot of Jamaicans now, you talk to them there, it's not like they want to live in England or America. They just want the freedom to travel.
Yeah. But I think
and it's going to happen.
But I think they've made it easier for Jamaicans to get, because even though it's a different level, but I know a lot of the Jamaican entertainers have been finding it easy to get visas for America.
Nobody's worried about Jamaicans. Jamaicans are North Americans. They are no more dangerous than any black American.
So what would you say that Islam's right on the rise in Jamaica then?
It is very much on the rise, and Jamaicans are very much open to it. You know, but they want to see you on a regular basis. They want to see you consistency.
So how are they getting? What's making them embrace Islam?
He's coming back in it.
Remember when we was there, but we was there 2008,
that was a while ago,
and we met a couple Akis out there, but they was man who've been deported from American.
But you have to remember, Farrakhan's father's Jamaican, and Jamaica's down there. They call their leaders emirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Is there a lot of men and women though?
A lot of women.
A lot of women, yeah.
A lot of women. And remember, Jamaicans have a
religious.
they have that vibe. You have that vibe. So you can actually have a decent conversation. Anyway, Jamaicans will ask you all sorts of questions, and it's not the being rude. They just don't know.
But that's us as black people tend to be spiritual anyway.
What?
We're believers.
We're
believers. And that's protected in a way. In the Caribbean, it's protected, and in the same way in Africa, it's protected. It's like the West where it can get undone.
And if you notice, one thing that I studied about Caribbean history, no major revolution or revolt have been done with Christianity in the Caribbean. The Haitian Revolution had nothing to do with Christianity. Any slave uprisings, it wasn't Christianity. So all the Muslim uprisings in South America, none of the uprising by slaves were